Hey, how you doing, everybody? We're live, trying to figure out what's going on with GameStop all of a sudden. Very weird press release. They released their financials. The stock is right now 23.25, which is great. It's up 560 a share. We love that. We don't mind that one bit. What's going to happen here, and why? Why are the shares doing what they're doing? Because the numbers that came out, their sales were down, and they posted a profit. So how does that work? Well, they counted on, or they posted lower expenses, but that's not enough. We need more than that. What is the deal on this announcement? I'm just going to pop up the thing here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Let's see here. Net sales, 2.2 billion versus 2.2 billion. I mean, they were 2,226 million versus 2,254 billion. So in the fourth quarter, they didn't even match last year's fourth quarter. The selling and administrative expenses, they say, were 453 million compared to 538 million. And so if expenses are truly down, on an ongoing basis, great. But if it's just a one-off, I don't know what to say. The net income they claim was $48 million versus a loss of 147 million. They say inventory was 682 million versus for 915 million. So they've dropped 300 million in inventory, which is assets. There's 300 million less in assets. Well, it's not quite that much. 682 versus 915, so 72. 250 million, 230 million lower. Cash and equivalents, 1.39 billion at the end of the quarter. That's what we were expecting. And long-term debt, they don't have any. We know that. The total sales for the year, 5.92 billion versus 6 billion. They didn't even match the year's earnings, like full sales. Compared to 6 billion for 2021. Increased full year sales in collectibles. So they're happy with their increased sales in collectibles, which means they have lower sales in games, but they're not saying that. And they're talking about cost cutting savings, and that this is all great and everything is happy. And now, but what are they going to say in the press conference, the conference call? I mean, they never speak, they never talk. I have to now wait for the filing to come out for the SEC to really get into the minutia of what really are they talking about. Really, if you don't buy as much merchandise you lowered your merchandise, your inventories, which means you didn't do as much buying. If you didn't do as much buying, you didn't have as many people employed to go and get stuff. Okay, that's lower expenses. Lower handling costs, lower shipping fees, all this sort of stuff. So that's a more efficient business. But it only is good until you run to a level of inventory that you can't go below, and you have to start buying again with inflation coming. So I want to believe that this is all great. I really do. I want to go, hey, GameStop, go. This is what I want to see, want to hear, what I want to talk about. But the worry I have is that the numbers that are coming out are too good to be true, and without an increase in sales, we got problems. Because if this company has, like anyone else, experienced 6 to 8 to 10% inflation in the last year, they haven't even increased sales numbers, gross sales numbers, to equal the inflation rate. They're flat. You see what I mean? And this is where I'm kind of going, what's the dealio? 23.51 up 586. That's great, but this is the after hours, and you all know, as I know. After hours doesn't mean jack squat. It's when we open for trading tomorrow morning for real. What is the market thinking about it, and where does the stock want to go, and how will our options do? Now, the good news for almost every single one of you out there is those of you who watch me all the time, you're option writers, and you've written options on the stock, and a lot of you have written 18s, but probably 19s, 20s, 21s, 22s, and 23s, and you all received premiums of $2, $3, $4 a contract in your hands already. So if you were to be theoretically exercised at 20, you're getting paid out $23 or $24. If you're being exercised at 21 or 22, you're getting 25 or 26. And so a move up in the market doesn't bother you. The other good news for all of you out there is so many of you have in the money $5 calls, $8 calls, $10 calls. Some of you have 13s. If the market wants to open at 23.50 tomorrow, which is what it's showing at the moment in the aftermarket, don't count on it, but if it did, then all of your deep in the money calls have gone up in value dollar for dollar, which is fabulous. Perfect. We will all take that. We had heard earlier today that there was heavy option activity on GameStop this week. This happens all the time. We know this. And there's a chance the stock could have a bump or the stock could have a dip at the end of the day. This afternoon, it's a bump. The question is, will it last? And is this going to be a very short bump tomorrow morning? Are we going to be, $22 to $24 and then back to $20 in 30 minutes? Which would be great. It's better than where we closed at, which is $17.65. It would be great. But it's not, we're not going to $40 a share or anything like that. We have to have a reason and an excuse and an explanation from the management. How did you post a $40 million profit, and can we expect anything like that going forward? Because if this is a one-off, this party isn't going to last very long. The booze is going to run out real quick. So we'll see what's going on here, what's happening. But I'm happy to see what I'm seeing. Believe me, I like it. 23.51 with the volume, 814,000 at the moment. Okay, we'll take it. Let's see what's going. Dave Flores says positive net income. Yahoo, Richard Garland, I'm number 6. David Scott, oh yay, surprise. Uncle Bruce sighting. Number 9, let's go GameStop. Let's see what else we got going on here. Should I put all the money I have for food into Dogecoin? I love that. Of course, Uncle Bruce comes on when GameStop's up 30%. Welcome to the afternoon fun. Guys, earnings per share is 15.8 with an estimated 13-cent loss. What else is going on? Some negative analysts were all about cash burn. That story doesn't hold water now. Probably a lot of short covering. Anyone else shorting at 24 out there? I can't believe my eyes. I'm happy that I can only have the one call written so that I write a new one. I can roll up the other same time. Well, again, tomorrow morning, if these shares open up relatively okay, you may want to write calls instantly, like right away tomorrow morning, and lock in some premiums, because if by the end of the day we're back to 19.20, you'll make some money on it. I just don't know if we're going to open at 22 or 23 or 24. I have a feeling as that time goes by, more analytics will come through here, and people will figure out what's going on. Let's see. What else is going on here? Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Nice to see you. What else is going on? Puts are looking lovely, says Alberto. Hello, Alberto. Will it continue to go up? I doubt it. Uncle Bruce, I turned all of my deep in the money calls to 8s from 10s, folded my arms, and I'm ready to sell $10 calls tomorrow morning. Nice. High volume after hours, we hope so. I don't know if it'll last, though. Let's see. Brian, I'm thinking they made so much because they invested in inventory like over a year ago when it was much cheaper. That's possible. We're showing now 23.51. Let's see. Would Mr. Wallace, would the plan be to roll out in time and rewrite at the money to collect more money? Well, this is the other thing tomorrow. We're going to see how the shares open up in the morning, and if you've written, $18 calls, you might, let's say you've written $18 calls that are good for June, July, August, something like that. You might take the opportunity to scoop them up in the morning and write $20 calls for January 2024. You might want to write 21s or 22s if you can get enough of a premium for them out there, and dare the stock to stay up here. And if it does back off to, from 22, 23 back to 18 to 20, you're scoring. We'll just follow this in the morning. We'll be here to watch it. We're going to make some money from this pop, I hope. Let's hope so. Adam, I wrote $17 GameStops, $3.35 a week ago. Still in a decent spot, aren't I? I also kept shares on the side. Oh, you're in very good shape, Adam. You're fine shape. Yeah, not to worry. You could, in theory, if the shares are 22, 23 in the morning tomorrow, you might pick up some of those 17s and write 19s or 20s for January, 3-4 months further out. Probably the same price, higher strike. Write it up, whatever the stock wants to do. Brian, I have obviously stopped working right now. Full stop. I'm working. I'm watching this. Let's see. What else is going on? Uncle Bruce, afternoon with Uncle Bruce. What could be better? I just shorted some GameStop at 24.40. Please forgive me. This will drop back to 22 to 20s. I'm pretty sure, says Jay Lee. Alex, maybe Mr. Powell will come along and pop the balloon tomorrow. What's the cause? What's the cause? 1.5 million volume. GameStop dividend? I don't think so. Brian, I think we have to listen to the earnings call this time. It might not be as boring. Let's see. What else is going on? Rollo, Uncle Bruce, I have 17.5s for August. Likely that I'll be assigned overnight. No, probably not. I would doubt if you are. If you have August contracts, there's no urgency for you to be assigned at all by anybody. 23.50 right now, 23.58 according to CNBC. No, I would not be concerned about being assigned at this point. Theoretically, yeah, you're in the money, of course. But I'd be surprised if you were. Anyway, here we go. Brian, I have a couple of GameStop August 1875s. I sold them for $605. I'm happy. That's right. That's $24.75 that you're happy to receive if they want to give it to you. Not bad. Let's see. What else is going out? Jay Lee is happy. They're already down $1 from where they shorted that. Shane, 16-cent profit. Is that really something to get this excited about? No, I want to know how this money was made. I don't believe that this is sustainable. If their sales were up $250 million from the quarter a year ago, I'd be excited. But they're flat, and that's what's got me worried. Anyway, well, congrats all GameStop fans. I'm happy for you. Well, we'll just hope what's going on. Let's see what's happening. Splayer's happy. Things are looking good over there. Fantastic, everybody. Like I say, we're just watching to see how this market will settle in as the hours go by. 23.65 was the last trade. Now up $6. I think that's a bit much. Could be a big short position was taken on the stock in the last week or so to bring it down to the 16, 17 neighborhood, and now there's a reaction the other direction, but I don't know how long it's going to last. Look, I'm a happy guy. Any of you out there who have $5 in the money calls, deep in the money calls for Jan 2025, you're at 1860 book value plus say a $1 premium, $1.40 premium. You got a $20 contract. Nice. Those of you who have $8 in the monies, you're in the money $15.50 right now. Those of you who have $10 in the monies, you're $13.50 in the money plus a little premium. $14.50, $15 market tomorrow morning on your calls. Looking a lot better than this afternoon, aren't they? Not bad. You've written against them. Wouldn't worry about it a bit. We'll just look at rollovers. If this stock wants to hold these levels for half the day tomorrow, then I will yell at you tomorrow morning to do rollovers ASAP at higher strikes. Go out in time and take higher strikes. Dare the stock to stay up here because I just don't see how that's possible with what I know so far on the results. We'll see what's going on. All right. Jay Lee, for your information, I still hope GameStop goes to the moon. The only thing which will do it is the DRS movement. Uncle Bruce doesn't talk about that enough. What's our strategy to sell cover calls? We'll talk about tomorrow. And first reported profit in 2 years. True. Amazon just laid off 9,000 employees, making it 27,000. Wouldn't the e-commerce side of GameStop be hurting if Amazon is feeling the pinch too? Well, of course, GameStop doesn't carry 150,000 different items. So, there's that for GameStop. They're very specialized in their niche electronics. And I suspect that they don't carry heavy amounts of inventory in their warehouses either. I suspect that the inventory they sell is on a purchased as sold basis. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have computer parts and all kinds of other electronics that they stock inventory in their warehouse, but they only pay for it after it sells. And if it doesn't sell in 60, 90, 120 days, they just ship it back. And they're not on the hook for inventory. You got to understand that Mr. Cohen is turning GameStop into a Chewy. He's turning it into a Chewy type company so that the inventory on hand in cash from GameStop has gone down because they're holding inventory on kind of a consignment basis more than on a owned basis. That's my personal guess as to what's going on. We'll see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, there he is. He's here. He's live. He's on the air. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh wow. There you go. I've been missing you at the market closing, says Cameron. Let's see. I think NT10 has something to do with this. What else is going on? Shama Lama Ding. I sold 15, 16, 17 calls for June, July, September several weeks ago. Evan Davidson, crud. I wrote against August 20 for 230 last week. Mr. Premium, 60 thumbs up. Let's go GameStop. We're now at 2360 on 2.6 million volume. And let's see. A lot of folks thinking about what they're going to do tomorrow. See what's going on. Hey, Uncle Bruce, better late than never. Welcome, Wing Commander. Let's give Uncle Bruce some big thumbs ups, guys. This is rare for the afternoon show nowadays. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Yeah, like I say, 2370. I'm happy. Look, I love the fact it's up $6. I know your deep in money calls are all $6 more valuable right now. The calls you've written have gone up, but they won't have gone up $6 each. You're going to find out tomorrow just how poorly these calls will perform. The ones that you wrote. If you've written calls for $3.50, $4, $3, they're not going to be $9 tomorrow morning. There's no way. You'll see them up $2 or $3.50 maybe, but your in the money calls are going to be up substantially. All of you are richer if this is going to last a while. What I worry about is that the sales didn't rise, and only thing that went in the company's favor was lower expenses. And so I don't have a good vibe for you that's structurally and fundamentally they're on the course now to make money every quarter. They need to raise sales, and they didn't raise any sales regarding inflation, and that bothers me. The fourth quarter of this year, they just reported, they did not have an increase in gross numbers due to inflation. They had to have raised their prices on all their product. They had to raise the prices. Retail costs or retail pricing has gone up on everything, you would think. They didn't even break even. They didn't even equal what the year before's quarter. This first quarter, right now, the first quarter that they're into, that ends in the next week or two, I wonder if they have 5% higher sales. The reality is that their costs might be 10% higher. And so that they didn't make any money either. Like, I'm worried about it. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm just warning you. I'm warning you that it's what's bothering me about it. Vivash, GameStop will run first thing tomorrow morning, so don't write immediately. Give it a few minutes before you write. Good things will come to those who wait. We'll find out. What was this other comment up here? Thank you all very much for your very good commentary. Very kind. Shane, I hope you had exercised on my April 1875s. I'll dump it all in the sixth there at this bargain price. Matthew, I wasn't willing to write anything under 20. Got a few 20s and 21s a couple of months out. You still recommend October and September, October? Yep, I still do. Right out there. Brian, 2.7 million volume after hours. That's a fun number. I've got 3 million now. According to CNBC, we're at 2392 on 4 million volume on CNBC. Thumbs ups from John Gill. Vivash, it'll run tomorrow morning. Maria, thank you, Maria. Thanks for being here. Thank you for that donation. It's very kind of you. Appreciate that. It's me, says, hi, Uncle Bruce. I have some GameStop calls for this week at 16. What are my options right now? Rolling would be super far out. Let's wait till tomorrow. You can't do anything now anyway. Let's see what happens in the first half hour. The pre-market tomorrow may be this good or not so good. Might back off a ways. We may find that we're in the 2021 neighborhood in tomorrow morning trading. We could be anywhere. I mean, we could be anywhere. So I would not worry about it until we get there. And if you do a rollover, fine. You might roll up to 18s or 19s a few months out. get a little closer to the market. We'll just see how the market performs. What kind of volumes are we going to have? And let's go from there. Vilbus, I can see it being back down by tomorrow. Where it closed is Vilbus is what he's thinking. The squeeze is here, thinks George. Amarth, yo, Bruce, I'm buying more GameStop in 2 days. Don't really care at what price. DRS all the way. Brian, I'm curious to see what kind of MSM articles are going to come out throughout this week. Thank you, Hector, for the thumbs up. Zed Estate is here. I got a thumbs up there. Bama, I stayed away from writing on GameStop this week and bought the ones I did write back last week. Always scares me to write on GameStop during earnings. Yep, I will write after GameStop settles. There you go. Francisco, I wrote some weeks ago 3 $19 calls that expire this Friday. I hope tomorrow I will be able to do a rollover. Right on. Why GameStop surprise profit is actually bad news. It really isn't. Really. Jay Lee, it's amazing to see the after hours of volatility being around 25 to 50 cents up and down like nothing every few seconds. Scalper's dream if you trade free, commission free. And why? I wish we could buy our options back in the aftermarket. We can't trade. Let's see here. David Flores says that on the report they say they increased their full year sales in the collectibles category, which is an area in which the company continues prioritizing long-term growth. My local GS has a cool collectible display, like my local GameStop store, he says. Christine Uckerbush, this is a good opportunity for you to put a short out later tonight. People will be looking for what to do on GameStop. I think you're right. Jason Zingle, they must have cut crazy expenses, trimmed fat, closed losing stores, giving some good earnings per share in the period. Brian, guys, just a thought. The past 20 days, the short volume has been over 70% each and every day. They can only short it so much more. Going to be hard to bring it down this fast. Not a lurker anymore. DQ, thank you for the bells. Robert Benson, number 93. Rusty, 88, good afternoon. Any chance of at least one weekly afternoon show, say, on Fridays? You don't pay me enough. No, I doubt it, Rusty. The afternoons are open now for one-on-ones. That's what they're open for. Plus, I can do videos on updates. I'll occasionally go live, shows like this, of course. 23.25, 23.16 is the price right now on GameStop. I really wonder if we can hold these kinds of prices. I really do. I'm doubtful. My hunch is that this is a one-off. They cut some kind of expenses, but I don't know if this is a full-time permanent cuts or just a one-time thing. We're comparing one quarter to one quarter. Look, I hope for nothing but the best. I mean, I want GameStop to make nothing but money and have the shares go to $100 a piece and everybody here becomes wealthy. That's all I ask. But I don't know if that is actually happening. When you can't increase sales, not even 1 percentage point with an 8% to 10% inflation rate, we are talking problems. And I am saying we have underlying issues that are not good. That's my personal take on it. And I don't mean any disrespect, but I just have a gut vibe here that something isn't right. And it might be a one-off. It might be a one-quarter, one-off profit, and we're back to normal next quarter, unless I am missing something glaring at me. But I can't see it. I don't know if any of you out there see it. I don't see it. So we'll see what's going on. Anyway, there it is. 3.5 million volume, says Brian. I have on the CNBC website the volume showing now 4.36 million, 4,365,000. Last trade 23.26, up 561. That's what CNBC is showing. $2 off since the video started. And Drew is here at number 98. DQ is here at number 100. Thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys. I appreciate that. It's great to have you here. How are those covered calls, everybody? So, well, if you've taken my advice, you are crossing your arms going, okay, show me what you got. Come on. I dare you to stay up here. Because there are folks here who have written calls between $18 and $22 a piece from about July to about October for the most part, who have hauled in $3 and $4 a contract across the board. And there are people here with $22 contracts and $4 in premium. And they're sitting at $26 going, you want to take me out? You take me to 22, and I got $26. There are people here sitting with $20 contracts who got $4 for them, saying, "Take me out of 20." I end up with $24. It's 23.38. I'll buy the stock back for less than what you're taking me out at. Option writers always win, and of course, you know what happens if you get taken out. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to buy the stock back and write new calls. And if your stock's at 23.30, what calls are you going to write? You're going to write 25s, 26s for what? September, October, November. Of course you are. You're going to bring in $4 or $5 again. Of course you are. You're going to win and win and win again. And that means you buy more deep in the money calls and you write more covered calls. Hello, welcome to the full-time world of being an option writer. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? Let's see what happens. Rusty, I got to have a one-on-one for me. I'll email you in a month or so. GameStop missed the boat, says wave over, wave rolly. What boat you talking about? As Brian asking, DQ is in the house. Nick, I have 1750s expiring Friday. Yikes. Wouldn't worry about it, Nick. Wouldn't even flinch about it tomorrow. Not even a concern, my friend. Let's see what's going on here. I think this is really our first meeting as first earnings as writers too. Yeah, maybe one quarter of earnings. I don't know. I sure hope they turn around for good. I just don't know. Okay. Thanks, Uncle Bruce, says Jay Lee. I've been deep diving in many stocks. Some of them really make no sense, like Palo Alto with PE ratios of 2,300 plus. They're not a new growth company. Make sense of it? Nope. Brian Wavell, there is no boat leaving port yet. GameStop is working towards Web3 gaming, not just NFTs. 103rd thumbs up here from Vivash. Thank you. Appreciate it. Brian, I'm actually excited to see how red my covered calls will be. My stock will be worth a lot more, though. That's right. Splair, and by the way, Uncle Bruce, great thanks for coming up live during the earnings pumping. Thanks you for being here. Thank you, guys. Bobby Joe, even if rollovers weren't available, selling above cost basis is still profitable. Hector, let us all assume that noon tomorrow, all this emotion with GameStop will float away, and the only sounds we hear are the sobs coming from those on the other side of the positions. Because I wonder, anyone paying $24 for this stock tonight, $23.50. What if the shares are 19 to 20 bucks tomorrow afternoon? I mean, they're going to be down $4 or $5 already on these shares. You want to chase this because it's the mother of all short squeezes? Good luck. There's 304 million out there. I don't think there's a shortage of stock you can buy. I really don't think so. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. Does anyone know when the press call is going to be? Adam wants to know. DQ thinks it's 5 o'clock Eastern time, so that's in about 18 minutes. Let's see what else is going on. BW. So it looks like GME is a flash in the pan, not really a stellar earnings. What's the latest on ATIP? I see they still want to hold it down at 34.36. Yeah, did you notice all day that ATIP had been down to 33 cents at one point today, and then it took a run, and just before the bell, it was up to like 38 cents again, and then right in the last few minutes, it got whacked down to like 36 cents and came back to 36.4. Still lost 0.3 of a penny. Traded 350,000. Amazing. 33.2 was the low. 40.3 was the high today. And it was at 38 just like 5 minutes before the bell. It was quite interesting how it got whacked again. Someone's trying to purposely make it look bad, but I don't know. GameStop has $1.39 billion in cash at the end of the fourth quarter. Boo-hoo. Yeah, Bama Babe, they're not going out of business. Brian, I have my loaded, and I'm listening to some nice tunes right now, says Brian. I'm waiting for their call. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Zed Estate. Nick, I have 80 GameStops at $20 strike that expire in June. I sold for $2 each when it was down. I was nervous. Now it's going up. I'm nervous. I guess we keep calm. Just sit tight. Do nothing. Just relax. Yeah. Do absolutely nothing right now and just wait for tomorrow's opening. We'll be here in the morning. We'll watch the pre-market together, see how it opens up. Stock will tell us what to do. No problem. Let's see. Bobby Joe, does anyone think GameStop might be sitting on cash to buy out their leases and turn into a McDonald's real estate model? That is not going to happen. David Flores, can we finally get a press call with some stuff? So substance? You're not getting one. I don't think so. Mirko, I have 15 calls to write on GameStop tomorrow. Hoping it stays the first few minutes up here. I hope so too. Mirko, I would love if you can get $25 calls written tomorrow morning at a real nice price. Even if you write in the money calls. If you wrote 22s, 22.50s, if the stock's at 24, and you can get $2 or $3 premium on top of that, you get your hands on $5, $6 premium, total premium, even if it's a couple bucks in the money, I think you'll do real well. Just guessing. I don't know. We'll see. Splayer Mirko, I'm hoping with you. Brian Mirko, jealous. You got some cash butt coming in, buddy. Brian, I have one to write right now. Nick, Zed, we keep calm and we carry on and we don't fear the upside. We welcome and enjoy the upside. Don't forget, my friend, Zed Estate, you have 80 deep in the money calls that are now up $5.60 a piece right now. So that's how much more valuable they are in real terms at this point in time. So you're up $45,000 US in value just on your deep in the money calls based on this move so far. So what the options are doing is irrelevant. They're not going to move as much as your deep in the money calls are. You, sir, are richer and you're going to get richer. Just stick around. Just stick around. Let's see what else is going on. Jay Lee, I'm a bit upset. I didn't buy more GameStop at $16 a few days ago. One, I'm going to go off on a limb and say that part of the profit will be from stock sales. They have permission to sell whatever they want. Makes sense of the stock price drop and the reported profit. Brian, Uncle Bruce, are you seeing that blip in GameStop on CNBC's chart? Shows a pop on 4.8 million volume around 245. BW, when should we hear that they are applying for an extension or if Advent is going to do something to help push them over $1? This is on ATIP. I'd rather them do it naturally than trying to do a split. I'm with you there, BW. I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm with you. One, plus the $400 million increase in cash and equivalent on hand always helps. George, this happens on a regular basis. Sit tight. Home skill at number 106, working and lurking right now. Maria Powell, those $5 calls look so good right now. Yes, they do, don't they? Brian, let's hit 150 thumbs up for Uncle Bruce. He deserves it at a minimum. Well, thank you, everybody. If you can do that, I appreciate it. We have 118 thumbs ups that have come in here, and you're awful kind for that. Keep them coming, everybody, and let's just see what happens. Could be a whole lot of fun. Looking forward to tomorrow. See what the market wants to give us and kind of go from there. I don't know if GameStop's going to be anywhere near this neighborhood tomorrow when everything sort of settles in. But hey, we take the wins when we can get them. We don't get them that often, so it's kind of nice. 23.30 is what I see it at. 23.23 on CNBC with 4.65 million traded now, according to CNBC. All righty. Let's see. Mirko, thanks. A good idea. I was thinking 25s, but 22.50s, September, October should be way better. Only bad thing is my mother-in-law's account, laugh out loud. My 60 are all written between 17 and 20. Alfredo, I'm taking this opportunity to say hi, Bruce. Hi, Alfredo. How you doing, buddy? Agent Purr just sat down. Probably haven't missed much here. Frankie, I have 17 GameStop, 16 September calls to flip tomorrow is going to be fun. There you go. Alex Mirko, gutted. Splayer, when I get the possibility to sell 100 units of GameStop at $24.25 in the after hours, wouldn't it be useful to buy it back then in the after hours at $22.23 to make $100-200? Nothing wrong with that if you can do it. Long time no see, says Frankie back. How you doing, man? Maria Mirko, hope she is a good cook. She owes you. Laughing out loud. Mirko, but with 300, 350, 595 premiums on them, so I'm doing okay. Mirko's doing really well. Brian, tomorrow GameStop price range will be 20 to 28.50. There you go. Or could it be lower or higher? Should be a fun day. Nick, tomorrow will be interesting. Wonder if there's going to be an influx of fear of missing out. Bama Babe, tomorrow is going to be a fun day for sure. Going to be a fun day. Option writers on this channel are going to have a field day tomorrow. We are going to be having all kinds of fun here. Rollovers, if possible, realignments, just all kinds of good stuff coming up. Going to be interesting. we'll just see what kind of volume this stock really brings to the table tomorrow. It is 4 point something million at the moment on the after hours, but remember, you divide this by 4 for that pre-split. This is only a million shares of volume on the aftermarket. You remember the days we used to do 5 and 10 million pre-split volume in the aftermarket? This is a nothing burger. We know this. Its stock cannot sustain this price unless it has much higher volumes. So that is something we will keep an eye on tomorrow, of course. Going to be a fun day. Will you be streaming the call, Uncle Bruce? No, I will not be streaming the call. And Powell speaks laugh out loud tomorrow as well. That's right, Powell. This is what drives me crazy about GameStop. These guys schedule their reports on the same days that the Treasury talks. The Fed dates are set in advance. It's not a secret, you know. These guys are crazy. I don't get them. There's things I don't understand about GameStop, and I follow it all the time. Brian, I have 49 extra shares of GameStop. I wonder if I should sell them now for some nice profits and then buy back tomorrow when the rug man cometh. It's your call, my friend. You do what you got to do. 23.30 last trade, up 565 on 4,745,000 now on the aftermarket. Apparently, we did trade today 4,882,000. So another 140,000 shares of aftermarket volume, and we'll have outdone the entire day. And that shows you something else about how quiet this stock really is. Because all day today we did 4.8 million shares, and then on a pre-split basis, it's 1.2 million shares. There is no serious volume in here at all. And we used to have billions and billions of dollars a day of stock trade hands on GameStop. Billions of dollars a day. We're not doing that anymore. So things have changed. We'll see what's going on. Bama Babe, GameStop is not scared. Agent Per, because it is a very big picture, so much going on here. Bobby Joe, Bama Babe, that's true, but I really don't see Powell lowering markets. Powell doesn't want to destroy the already fragile system. Splair, and by the way, Uncle Bruce, don't you think the mix of better estimated earnings per share were already longer in a war, chaos globally, PS5 availability for everybody, Hogwarts, Xmas, already closed stores? Isn't this all good? Well, you know, I think everything we're watching here on the earnings is purely an engineered thing. I think they didn't buy much inventory this year. They wanted to lower it. They did. They recouped cash and kept cash on hand. They didn't spend on inventory. And I think that they're changing their game plan with regard to how they're going to handle inventory. I think they're going to demand suppliers give them inventory on a consignment basis, and they're going to preserve their cash. That could be all it is. I'm not doing cartwheels. I'm happy. I'm not upset, but I'm not convinced this is real. I need more evidence right now. Anyway, yes, Uncle Bruce, we finally did it. I don't know what we did, but we finally did. And Hector, Nick H, I think fear of missing out was already kicked in. Bobby Joe, IMO, I think he will try to be as neutral as possible, not bearish or bullish. Fighting inflation goes directly against saving banks. Matt, they have over $1 billion in cash and no debt, and now profitable. Do not sell covered calls on GameStop. Bama, but Powell said he was against pausing and starting interest rates. Should be interesting. David Flores, didn't get my stink offers filled today, so tomorrow I'm going fishing again. Uncle Bruce, what's in those bagels that gives you so much energy? The toasted sesame seeds? What does it? Coyote, Matt, you must be new here. Nick, how does GameStop jump so much on so little volume? It's after hours. Splair, I wouldn't leave stonks overnight out of your ability for being in action because of the question to buy stonks back after selling now. Matt, been here since traveling with Bruce. Brian, Matt, should we buy deep money calls then? Tell us your thoughts. Bama Babe, Matt must be brand new. Coyote, Matt, then you know we've written on earnings for 2 years now. This is nothing. We've written through earnings that sent GameStop $60+ higher in the past. Bobby Joe, please don't buy deep money calls the day it spiked $6. Splair, this change of game plan, I feel already as an analytic customer as well. Matt, I would not buy cover calls, would not sell them either. Brian, Bobby Joe, I'm kidding. Might be hard to find 90-10 tomorrows anyway. Constantine, what do we do with our $19? We wrote, of course, we roll. Never fear the upside, right? Exactly. Yeah. Brian Uncle Bruce, 130 thumbs up. Thank you. Matt, once GameStop hits a cruising altitude, I would not hesitate to some covered calls. Just not now. Man, I don't know if we can even hold these prices. I really don't know. I really wonder by the time we open up tomorrow morning, if we're back at 20 to 22, and within a couple hours we're 19 to 20 a share. I really wonder if that's going to happen. Anyway, we'll find out. We'll follow it. It's what we do. We always follow it, and the stock will tell us what we have to do next. If these shares want to hold this $22 to $25 neighborhood, then we'll adapt to that neighborhood. We're easygoing people. Some of you might sell $5 calls and move into $10 calls and buy more calls by doing it. Some of you will just buy back calls that you've written at 16, 17, 18 and write 20, 21s, 22s. Some of you will buy back your 20s and 22s and write 23s and 24s and 25s. We're all easygoing people around here. We love following a stock higher. We don't mind stocks going up in value. It's a lot more comfortable owning deep in the money calls like 10s when you're at 23 a share versus 16. There's just something about that $6, $7 difference. It makes people more comfortable. Call me silly, but that's what I think what it means. Anyway, there you are. Cruising altitude might only be $20, says Bill. Guy, this is literally those rare moments where you really should write cover calls. You write high and buy back low. It's trading 101. Vivash, CNBC is not talking about GameStop. They're pushing it to the back of the bus. David R., thank you, Uncle Bruce. The fun, number 131. David R., 130 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Financial Mischief. I didn't know you were on this afternoon. I'm so upset that I missed the show. I just kind of came on without any announcement. I just started about 41 minutes ago. Just started talking. Here I am. Spare, just in case, wishing everybody here already a good evening and extremely good luck after the bell is opening tomorrow for the action. Thank you, Spare. Bama Babe, yeah, I own a few stocks that blew their earnings out of the water. Then a few days later, stocks went back down to what it initially was. That is the market, exactly. Alex, Matt, get paid to hold your stock. Use the proceeds to buy more stock. It helps you sleep at night. Yeah, I mean, look, if the shares want to be 23 tomorrow, 23, 24, and you get an opportunity to do a roll-up where you can buy back 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, and then turn around and write 20s, 21s, 22s, 23s, whatever that move up is, if you can move up $2, $3 on the strike price and take a position up there, even if it's a longer-term contract, you don't care. Because if these shares are coming back to $18 in the next week, you're going to go from 23 to 18. Those calls you wrote, you write 20s, 21s, 22s, 23s tomorrow morning, and the stock goes back to $18 a week later, your calls are off by half or more. There's some nice money waiting to be made here. Option players going to have fun. Plus, back at $18 a share, guess how many of you are going to be buying deep in the money calls again, additionally, and writing even more calls. Hello. Yes, indeed. We're all getting richer here. I'm very excited for you guys. This should be a lot of fun. Let's see. Slayer saying financial. He went live right after the bell, if that helps with the Uncle Bruce fear of missing out. Larry Titus, yay, afternoon stream. Hi, everybody. Number 133. Brian, GameStop bid ask on GameStop right now is the same. Is that weird? 23.57. Gowdy happens so often. That's why it confuses me. Some of the responses today. This cannot be your first earnings. Laughing out loud. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 23.60 last trade I see here, up 5.95 on 5 million shares. That's 200,000 more than we traded all day today. So there's been some action in the after hours. I have a feeling, though, that a lot of the action is just turnover. It's not actually 5 million shares of fresh buying. I think we have buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling going on. A lot of turning and burning going on. But that's okay. Larry Titus, and also 137 from the correct non-gray account. Welcome, Larry. Splair, oh my God, why is Larry here without a badge? I'm shocked. There'll be no bell ringing tomorrow. Hector joined late. Let's see. I'm here. I've caught up. Brian, I'm selling 29 shares for $23.69. Going to keep 20 and see what happens. Giddy up. Bama Babe. Yes, indeed. I love when Uncle Bruce says that. We are getting richer. Zed Estate, Larry, relax. There's no bell needed today. Splair, taking back everything. I'm again calm after seeing him twice. Vivash, Larry, we're looking for a bell ringer at 4 p.m. Are you available? DQ number 141 from the not DQ account. Welcome and thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Nice to have you here today. Like I say, we're we're not complaining that GameStop is higher. We're just wondering if we should believe it, and will it be sustainable? I'm quite curious to see a deeper explanation of how the company actually made $40 million in profit in the last quarter without increasing their sales one iota. They actually had a lower sales number for the fourth quarter than last year's fourth quarter. That bothers me. I'm not happy about that. I'm happy at the price is $23.73, and I'm hoping it opens at that level tomorrow morning on the real market. That would be great. You guys would be a lot richer if this happens. But I'm not so sure if that's really going to happen, if that's sustainable. I really wonder if that's sustainable at all. What else is going on? And Jay Lee, Brian, I sold short some at 24.40. Pretty sure that it was higher earlier. Apologies, it just was too much too fast. BW, Matt, always be running. You cannot time the markets. You leave lots of money on the table if you wait and try to time it. Agent per better gross profit and improved SG&A. Yeah, they cut their expenses. That was all it was. And I don't know if that's a sustainable pattern or not. I hope it is. I really do. I want GameStop to make money every quarter. I do. I really do. I want them to have an earnings history going on. That's exactly what I want. But I want higher sales. That's also what I want. And in a higher inflationary environment, I want them to sell higher levels of inventory higher than inflation. So if inflation is up 8%, I want these guys selling higher by 10%. I want their sales up by 10. If inflation is 6%, I want their sales to be up at least 8%. I want them outdoing the inflation rate on sales. They didn't even match last year's sales. And we had inflation last year. What's wrong with this picture? Something is not right here. And that's what's bugging me here. Just saying. Let's see what gives. Alrighty. Conference call is on, says Brian. And Matt Furlong is talking. Maybe he can get a pop going. Maybe what he says will get the market all hyped up. I wouldn't count on it. I'm gonna guess he's reading verbatim the report. I'm gonna guess that's what he's doing. He's absolutely reading verbatim the report because that's what they do every time. They just disappoint so much with very little, deep details. No color commentary. None allowed, I guess. I don't know. Hoping for the best is what I say. We're hoping for the best. They have filed their 8K report, and following information is results of operations and financial condition. And they have filed a press release with the company reporting fourth quarter and fiscal year results. And this net sales $2.226 billion versus $2.254 billion. That's down. General selling and admin expenses, GS&A, down to $453 from $538. Net income, instead of losing $147 million, they made a profit of $48 million. Inventory down to $682 from $915 million. Cash on hand, $1.39 billion. No long-term debt other than a loan with the French government, which I think is $40 million. Generated net sales of $5.92 billion versus $6 billion. That's down. Let's see. There's nothing new here in this release. There's nothing in there at all that is in any way different than what we've been watching. So let me take a look here at some other stuff. Sales 2.2 versus 2.25. Cost of sales a little less. Their income tax expense is higher versus a benefit, but net income $48 million versus a loss. About a 500,000 fewer shares out there, I guess. Maybe 1 million fewer shares out, or more shares out. Sorry, there's more shares out now than last year, but 1 million more. Cost of sales 77.6% versus 83%. Gross profit 22% versus 16.8%. Selling and administrative expenses 20.4 versus 23.9. Earnings 2.1% on sales versus 7.4% loss. 2.4 after income tax adjustments. Net income 2.2% net income versus 6.5% loss. For the year, whatever is the same. Let's see. They lost for the year 5.3% on sales versus 6.3 a year ago. Again, the fourth quarter made it a little better. Cash on hand, 1.1 billion with marketable securities of 250 million. Receivables 153 million. Inventory 682 million. Current assets 2.3 billion versus 2.59 billion. So current assets are lower. Total assets are down 300 million plus. 3.1 billion versus 3.49 billion. Other liabilities, total liabilities 1.79 versus 1.89. Stockholder equity 1.3 versus 1.6. So all metrics are worse except this profit. But again, it's from only one area. Simply one area. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of all this. Okay. Pardon me, kids. I'm looking at the notes here. If you ever read footnotes on financials, you can go in here for hours and be lost. There's really not a lot of additional detail in here. I don't have much more to tell you. 23.91 is the stock right now, up 626. And again, I do not get any. I don't have anywhere to tell you other than reduced expenses where the profits are coming from. I have nowhere else to. I can't point at anything for you. I'd love to. I want to, but I can't find anything. All right. Constantine, what are the chances to be exercised for GameStop $19 calls that are good for October? It's less than 1%. You're not going to get exercised right now. I doubt it very much. Collectibles are turning into a monster business, says Agent Per. The guy in the conference call is pleading his case right now. Trying to actually convince people right now. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. He's saying that the company is much stronger now than it was in 2021. And there you go. We're at 24.15 right now on 5.4 million shares, up 650 a share. I'm happy it's here. I'm thrilled. I really am. I'm not disappointed. I'm happy the shares are up. I just don't think they can hold these levels. That's what I'm thinking, which means you have a golden opportunity, perhaps you have a golden opportunity in the morning for a number of you to do rollovers. I'm crossing my fingers. If there are any of you out there who have not written GameStop calls that you can write, all those GameStop calls you can write calls on, you will be writing tomorrow morning first thing. I will be yelling at you to write your calls and take in this cash at these high prices. Absolutely. I want you guys bringing in $5 and $6 premiums tomorrow morning, if at all possible. I want serious money in your accounts from these rollovers and these rights. Absolutely huge premiums should be coming your way. I don't know if you'll get it, though. I just don't know. Sal's hash rate. Hey, new viewer. How you doing there, Sal? Nice to have you here. What else have we going on here? If we do get exercised and we have deep in the money calls, what would be the process? You would be short stock, long your calls. You'll still have your calls. You'll just be short the stock. You'll start buying the stock back because of all the money they'll have given you for the stock that they bought from you. You'll buy back stock. And if you can't afford to buy it all back, let's say, just for fun, you have 10 calls written and you own 10 deep in the money calls. Okay. You get exercised. You get taken out at $20 a share. Stock's at 23. Okay. You got to buy stock back at 23, but you only have $20,000 in your account. You need 23,000. What do? You're going to buy 800 shares back for $17,000 or whatever the heck it is. And you're still going to need a couple hundred more. Then you're going to write 10 more calls because you got those 10 deep in the money calls. You're going to write 10 calls that are 25s, 26s, 27s. They're going to be 4, 5, 6 months out. You're going to bring in $5-6 a call. You're bringing in $5,000-6,000 cash. On top of the cash that's left over, you'll buy the last 200 shares. You've covered your buyback. You've shorted new positions. You've rolled over. You still have your deep in the money calls there. Your other choice of what you could do is you get paid out for the stock. You buy back all the stock you can. You sell all your deep in the money calls for these really high inflated prices because the stock's at $23, $24. You take whatever cash you need from the sale of those calls, buy back the last of the shares you're short. You're flat on the stock. You get a big bunch of money in your account. Now you buy higher price deep in the money calls. Let's say you had 5s or 8s. You're now buying 10s, and then you're right on those. There's all kinds of choices. But I would not be selling my deep in the money calls just because the stock's at $24. No. You would sell your deep in the money calls if the stock went to $34. Then you've made $15 a call times 10 or 20 or 30 or 50, whatever, and you'll cash in. But again, you'll just roll up into higher price deep in the money calls. So that would be the game plan. We'll go over that tomorrow if necessary. All right. 24.53 on the after hours trade. Giddy up. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh my God, I walk away for 2 hours and look what happens. 10 calls available to write tomorrow. What should we write? We'll figure it out in the morning. But if this was the opening trade right now, 24.47, I'd be telling you to write 26s or 27s, good for 4 or 5 months out, and take in $5 or $6 premium if you can get that much. I'm going to be yelling at you to not take $2 and $3 premiums. Oh, no. 5 and 6 or more. You want to get big premiums tomorrow to really compound a nice return here. That's what we'll be talking about tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun tomorrow. Such a good time. Such a good time. I've got 20s. I think I'll be rolling tomorrow. You probably will. Should be fun. 24.50 right now. Can't wait to see what everyone does with their deep in the money calls tomorrow. Spicy Android, number 148, thumbs ups. Here we go. Giddy up indeed. Yay, Uncle Bruce. You had 150 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Love that. 24.55 last trade on GameStop. 24.61. It'll run now because there's nothing for sale. Why? It's after hours. There's nothing for sale in the after hours. 90% of the market has gone to sleep, and they're not interested. They're not going to watch this market in the after hours. That's why it's doing what it's doing. So, not to worry, my friends. Nick, Uncle Bruce, do I have a higher chance of my 1750s getting exercised tomorrow as they expire on Friday? Yes, you do. But unlikely tomorrow. Very unlikely. And so you're in a position tomorrow where you're going to wait and see what the opening looks like. And if you have an opportunity to make the rollover, you'll do it. If not, you'll wait. And you'll wait for an hour or 2 or 3. You might be doing all this at 20 or 21. Is there a guarantee that these shares are going to be 24.50 or more by the time you are ready to roll over tomorrow? There's no guarantee whatsoever. Let's see. I have no idea what Ghost of Bernie Madoff is asking me. I wrote before the pop today, October 33s, maybe 23s. I'm not sure if you know what you're doing. Mirko, number 152. Jay Lee, Uncle Bruce, it's entirely possible we'll see a minor squeeze. How do you play the calls during the run up to potentially 30, but then drops to 24 hours later? You roll up as high as you can. You roll up twice. You roll up 3 times, and then sit back and cross your arms and watch it fall off. Oh, so much fun. If the market opens tomorrow at 24, oh my gosh. Sorry, if the market opens tomorrow at 24, what would you think 17 cover calls will be worth? Well, the book value will be 7. Time value might be $1.50. They might be $8.50, maybe. We'll wait and see. Being greedy and receiving premiums is always good. Brian, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm getting ready to eat a cookie. Is that a state? Just hit 25, 25, 27. Giddy up, baby. Go. Make my viewers wealthy. It went through 25 like a hot knife through soft butter. What kind of cookie? Tell them about the Twinkie. What about the Twinkie? What movie is that from? 25.38 last trade, 25.40 last trade. Volume now 6.19 million. CNBC talking about it? Probably not. Oh man, what else going on? Sydney just opened. They must be excited too. Running GameStop further. White Feather, darn it now, I want a cookie. Open, clearly can't spell. Brian, Bama Babe, chocolate chunk cookie, of course. JR, is that Dumb and Dumber? No. Tell them about the Twinkie. What about the Twinkie? What movie is that from? It's not from Dumb and Dumber. No, not from Dumb and Dumber. Oh, so much fun, everybody. Barron's headline, GameStop stock is soaring on a surprise profit in the latest quarter. Yeah, great. The company said sales in its hardware and accessories category rose 4.6%, while sales were down 15%. The categories grew at 12%. Okay, that's what we got there. Yeah, I don't have much on this article that you don't already know, and it's really just a rehash of what we've been following. 25.11. Yeah, I'm hopeful that tomorrow the stock has a wonderful start to the day, has a big fat rally, that this 25 neighborhood or 24 neighborhood is where we're going to be trading at when we open on the market itself after the pre-market. I am praying your stock is up here. I really am. I want you guys to be in a real happy position here. And I don't mind hearing people sitting on $17 and $18 calls thinking about rolling over. Not a problem. This is okay, because you guys are richer on your deep in the money calls, the stock you have, and your calls that you've written won't have gone up as much as as your deep in the money calls or your stock. You're all richer tomorrow morning the higher this thing wants to go. And I'd rather the stock be $25 to $30 a share than 15 to 20. But that's my personal take on it. But we got to see for ourselves just how real this is, and how true these earnings really can be. Is this the beginning of a real streak, or is this a one-off? 6.3 million traded at 25 a share last trade right now. Anyway, that's what we got. We'll keep an eye on all of this stuff. Here we go. Here we go. I can't fool you guys. Let's see. Is that dumb? No. Let's face it. We all want a cookie. A Jurassic Park? No. Ghostbuster. John, you got it. It's not Zombieland. It's Mitch got it. Ghostbusters. Not Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. This is when you all want to be day traders. This is after hours is scary. John Sebastian, I won't be afraid to write in the money calls. It'll come back down to 1821 shortly. Just my opinion. Big speculation on Super Stonk about Archegos crash into Credit Suisse hands included 3% uncoverable positions, including GameStop, which now UBS is looking to unwind. Craig, Ghostbusters. Yeah, I tried to think of the most harmless thing. Die Hard. The policeman ate a lot of Twinkie bars, That's right. It's for my wife. Yeah, sure. Yeah, gotcha. Just bag him big time. I remember those lines from that movie. No, it's Ghostbusters. Imagine this Twinkie. Imagine a Twinkie 150 feet long and 30 feet high. That's some Twinkie. Yeah, tell them about the Twinkie. What about the Twinkie? Oh, yes. George Sebastian, crossing my arms, says Hector. Ghost of Bernie. I figured writing deep out of the money further out on GameStop would be fine. Coyote, Ghost of Bernie, you are still fine. It's far out of the money. Ghostbusters, what do you want? That's right. Oh, man. Oh, man. We're now at 25.21 at the moment. Let's see. I'm looking at rolling my September 17th, first thing tomorrow. 10 deep in the money calls, feeling more comfy though. Let's see. Thanks, Coyote. Bobby Atkinson. The real question is, should I call in sick now or go home sick at 9:30? A lot of Uncle Bruce's movies include Twinkies. Oh, man. Let's see. What else is going on here? I'm calling it now, says Brian. GameStop will pop tomorrow. It'll be halted and then it'll drop. That's when the hedge funds take control. There you go. Oh, man. Gozer the Gozerian. That's right. Gozer the Gozerian. 25.45 is what I see for a trade right now, with a volume of 6.5 million shares in the aftermarket on the GameStop right now. Tucker Tech 151. Let's go GameStop. Vivash GameStop 44% going. Alfredo Bruce, have you watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro? I don't think I have. I don't think so. Brian Clay, there was a pandemic and now a recession, and somehow turned the company around to be profitable. You have to be blind not to see this, you know. Let's see. And the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There is no Twinkie. There's only Zool. Missing is Beach Boy. That's true. Where is Beach? Is he sleeping? What's Beach Boy doing? Jaylee. Uncle Bruce, did you ever do the day trade game back in the days? No, never did. No. So I see it at 25.41. 25.30 now. 25.15 I see now. But it did hit the high level there of 25.40. For a brief moment, but it's not there now. 25.14 at the moment on your GameStop. There you go, kids. Should be fun tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be up tomorrow morning. Will you be up tomorrow morning? Join me first thing in the morning. We'll keep an eye on how this is doing. Constantine, Uncle Bruce, thank you for taking the time to get online for us. I really appreciate it. Bama Babe, it's been a day since we've had this much fun today. It's been a while. Get ready for tomorrow. Cookies, Twinkies. And don't forget the bagel. There's only Zool. Vash, 11 million volume in a day, or is that a giant chunk in after hours? Giddy up. Thank you, Uncle B. You got it, AZ. Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow it has a rip-roaring, wonderful day, and you guys can do a bunch of rollovers tomorrow and bring in extra cash, roll up your strike prices, roll up your $5 calls into $8 calls, or 5s to 10s, or 8s to 10s, and buy more covered. Get more covered calls to be able to write more contracts at high strike prices for big premiums. Oh, you guys are going to be busy tomorrow. You guys are going to get richer tomorrow. That's all there is to it. Every one of you, you're going to be richer tomorrow. You're richer now. You're all richer tomorrow. Bama, see you guys in the morning. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. You got it, Bama, Babe, David. This brings back memories when I first found this channel. Splair, Fear and Laughing is a great old movie. Jay Lee, yes, all this volume in after hours. I'm watching it. It's scary. Brian, they're sold all times 49 extra shares of GameStop. Now I have $1,200 dry powder to roll with tomorrow. There you go. There, cash is king, my friend. 25.60 right now. Wouldn't worry about this at all. Tomorrow there will be 305 million shares available for purchase. For anybody that wants to go long tomorrow, there's 300 plus million shares showing up that might be for sale tomorrow. So let's see how that plays out. George, these viewers need educated on movie references. They need to get educated. Brian, I got 25.30 for some of those. Nice going. Ghost of Bernie, thanks, Bruce. Membership soon. White Feather, thank you, Uncle Bruce. You and A&T Jen, have a good night. Brian, Uncle Bruce, you're going to hit 200 thumbs ups here. Isn't that great? Thank you, everybody. We've got 173 right now. If you're watching on the rerun, hit that thumbs up button for us. Pop us up to a 200 thumbs up for this afternoon show. That would be beautiful. Thank you, everybody. 25.75 on the GameStop shares, 6.8 million traded, according to CNBC. 25.94 going for 26. And the reason it's going for 26, there's just no selling because very few people are aware that GameStop is doing what it's doing. And here it is, $26 a share right at the moment as we speak on the stock. Great to see it here. I don't think we've seen 26. It certainly hasn't been 3 months, has it? Nope, and we haven't seen it in 3 months. Was it 6 months ago we last saw $26? Yes, we saw 26.60 December the 1st. That's the last time we were up here for GameStop. 26.13 right now, 26.15. So this brings us back to sort of December 28.39 back in about November 22nd. So we've been obviously substantially higher than these prices before, but it's been a while since we've been here. So I'm kind of happy to see it doing what it's doing. Hawkeye, thanks for translating the indecipherable into the understandable, says Hawkeye. Coyote, what possesses a man to buy a stock when it is up 50% in an hour? Sheer lunacy. Is that it? Yeah, Spare, I'm crying inside of my mind because I have tomorrow 3 hours of trial day. Jay Lee, 25.97, just saw it. Yep, 25.91, 25.86. Just hit 26. These are messages that are a few minutes old now, so I'm behind you here. Thank you all for being here. This run isn't that crazy. I took some money and I ran, says Brian. Agent, that is a beautiful double bottom. There you go. Let's see. It's already below 26 again, and probably second time. There it is. No, not once. There you go. We're at 25.94 at the moment on the after hours. Welcome to the party, pals. It is what it is. But tomorrow morning is where it really, the rubber hits the road. As we approach the opening, we're going to find out just how eager people are to not sell it here. As I said, I'm very hopeful that a number of you tomorrow will be able to do some nice rollovers on contracts and get some serious cash in your hands. I would love to see that happen. And as the day wears on, if it backs off, you might be buying back calls intraday and rewriting again. And the lower it goes, you'll start picking off those cheap in-the-money calls and write on those immediately. Oh, my gosh. This could be fun. I think it will be fun. Nice going. Bam, 26.40 says Splayer. 26.30 right now is what I got. Let's see. Let's go. We'll find out what happens tomorrow, everybody. Giddy up. 26.32 last trade. 26.31 on CNBC. Volume now 7.12 million shares. There you go. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. Approaching 200, as they're saying. 182 thumbs ups are in the house. Thank you very much. And thank you for becoming subscribers of this channel and becoming members of this channel. Love you guys. Love you guys for that. Very, very appreciate it. If this keeps going, Uncle Bruce will have 5,000 viewers in a few minutes. I mean, this is just going to go nuts. Yeah, I got 163 right now. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. The mother of all squeezes, if it hits $27, 26.28 last trade. According to CNBC, that is the last trade at the moment. 26.19 is where we're watching it here. We'll see what's going on here. 26.15, 26.19. Vilbus GameStop. It will always go back up. It'll always go back down. Richard Carlin. Neat. David Flores. Number 183. Please eat a bagel tonight. Make one for Auntie Jen. She deserves it. Mother of all short squeezes. 27.50 says DA. Hector. Neat. Brian's Zeta State. I think for Mother of all short squeezes, we need a good 1,200% increase. Agent per 26.50, 27 should be good resistance there. Richard still pushing up for now. JR. Neat. And same with Brian. Neat. White feather. Neat. The knee attack is underway. 25.81 last trade on the session here. 26.40 is the high so far, says Computer Whiz on this session. 164 of you are here. Thank you for joining me tonight, watching this market on GameStop. 190 thumbs ups have come in so far. The knee attack has been happening already. If you're familiar with this channel, you know that the knee emojis sometimes just take over everything, and the knee attack is underway. We've had 7.2 million trade today, and there were only 4 odd million traded during the day today. And that's what's happened so far tonight. And I just say neat for all of you out there who are lovers of Monty Python. Neat. Giddy up, kids. Fun times. 25.79. Trying a rally. 25.94. 26.40, I think, was the high. See if we can get through that anymore. I don't know. 25.88 now. 25.79. The volume is 7.36 million on the evening after hours session at the moment. Knee emojis from What's Cooking Wendy. Mr. Premium is here. Not your SoFi. A Coyote. Shaq is in the air. Shag is in the air. Brian Zed, I am okay if it hangs out at $25. Jeb is here. Jeb, Larry and Titus. Neat. Not your SoFi. Can't stop my knee emoji. David, neat from the neighborhood lurker. I'm not worthy. 25.76 up 8.11 on the shares. 45.9% gain on the after hours. 25.75 right now on 7.373 million. So very good volume there. Splair, someone who has been spending 3,400 yesterday will now be at 6,200 casual monthly German payment. There you go. Splair, neat. Hector, Rugman by noon tomorrow. We're having fun with the emojis here. Welcome to the party, everybody. Glad to see you all here. 163 of you are live with me at the moment. Bruce here from Palm Desert, California. Just watching the GameStop and kind of getting ready to shut this down. I'm kind of guessing we might be towards our high, but it could go higher. It certainly can do it. No guarantee that it won't go any further. But tomorrow is what it's all about. We really have to see how things look tomorrow on this market. Can it sustain these levels? Can it sustain the volumes? Are people really believing in the fact that GameStop is now going to turn a profit? Is this truly going to happen? We're going to find out. Jay Lee, 25.65 bid. It's going to drop again now, but maybe not too long. George, GameStop volume it's a big Twinkie right now. 5 more thumbs up, says Mirko. Thank you, Brian. Thumbs up, Vash. Neat emojis. Brian, there you go. Splitter, again, just in case, good night, y'all, and good luck tomorrow. Crossing fingers for everybody. Mitch, I'm there for you, Bruce, at 99 thumbs ups. Damos, something is making money. I don't know what that means. Vash, tomorrow I got bids in 24 and below catching. Knife system works for me just fine. I'm going to catch the knife tomorrow. 25.53 right now. 25.55, 25.62 is what we have going on right at the moment. 25.68, 25.75, maybe a little run coming again. Try to get to 26.40. I don't know. 25.75 last trade. Hooray for some buying last minute 324 1850s on GameStop today. Giddy up. There you go. 25.67, 25.75 on GameStop here in the aftermarket. Volume, according to CNBC, 7.45 million during the day today, 4.88 million. We closed at 17.65, up 78 cents today. We had broken $18 earlier in the session, 18.35, but in the after hours, we have touched 26.40. We're at 25.60 at the moment in the after hours trading market right there. There you go, kids. That is the story. All right, I'm going to pack this up and say thanks for joining me tonight. Great to have you here for this little surprise get-together. Let's get together tomorrow morning. Around 8 a.m., I'll be on live for Gold Bagel members, and 8:30 for everybody else, I'll be live. And join me tomorrow morning for the final hour before we go live, and then join me for the first hour of trading tomorrow morning. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, prime time, live with Uncle Bruce, prime time for Gold Bagel members only tomorrow evening. So become a Gold Bagel member immediately, and join me for the pre-market show, the pre-alert show, and the primetime show tomorrow night. A couple of extra bonuses being a Gold Bagel member. Thank you for popping up, says Ed. You got it, buddy. Hector, Uncle Bruce, thank you. You got it, Hector. Brian, Jay Lee, fear of missing out tomorrow might be a huge buying spree. We'll find out. We're going to find out ourselves just what is going on tomorrow. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate it. How the heck can I get work done after this? How? It's impossible. Catch you on the morning, Uncle B. Computer Wiz says. Thank you, guys. We'll see you later, okay? Take care. Bye for now.